Well, that was pretty unexpected. Charles Oliveira is coming out and saying that he is not going to be ready for October to fight Islam Makhachev at Abu Dhabi. We know the Abu Dhabi card is going to be in October, and we know that the UFC is going to want Islam Makhachev to be on there. He's a megastar in that region. And Oliveira is saying that he'll be ready in November and December. It puts things in a pretty difficult position because do they want to just push Islam into those later dates? Who would headline Abu Dhabi if Islam doesn't? They would probably have to turn to Dustin and Justin because Oliveira is saying that he's willing to wait out. He's not in a rush. He's willing to wait. He wants to fight later as he won't be ready in 3 months, which I think is actually like plenty of time to fight Islam, right? I think 3 months is more than what a training camp can give you, but he did fight last month. So maybe he wants a little bit of time off. He wants to rest and then fight later in the year, which is understandable, but he really didn't get hit. He really didn't get hurt in the fight with Dariush. Maybe something happened in training camp that he has to let rest. But Dustin and Justin now are probably super excited with Charles saying that because they might be willing to fight Islam in October. I know Justin will. I'm pretty sure Justin Gaethje would be the guy that would jump up in 3 months to fight Islam in enemy territory. I don't know about Dustin though. Dustin's kind of a big timer these days. He's kind of a guy who doesn't need to rush into big fights and stuff. But if a championship fight is ready for him, I could see him potentially taking that fight as well. It's a bit iffy with him. I think he's the kind of guy that wants to take time off and doesn't need the money as he's made a lot already. Where I think Justin Gaethje's different, where he wants to take all the fights possible. He wants that title shot. He's been talking about it for a while. He wants to get back and try to win that belt. But Dustin is the favorite in the Justin fight. And if he goes and beats Justin, and let's say he won't be ready in 2.5 months to fight Islam, who would they go to next? Who would fight Islam in Abu Dhabi? If Volkanovski defeats Yair Rodriguez, that may be the guy. Volk is saying that he wants to be active. He wants to go out there and beat Islam for the title. And it's crazy how this is all playing out because we all thought that Charles was going to fight Islam. But now Charles saying he's not going to be ready and he's willing to wait. And the fact that Dustin and Justin are going to be 2.5 months removed from the Islam fight means that if Volk beats Yair, and only if he beats Yair, he will get that rematch against Islam. And it will happen in Abu Dhabi, enemy territory this time for Alexander Volkanovski. So things are getting really exciting. But man, the Oliveira and Islam fight was the one to make. Now let's go through some of the other options. What if Yair beats Volkanovski? Then what do you do with Islam? Dariush just lost. I don't think you give him a title shot. Chandler has a fight with Conor, but we don't know if that's exactly going to happen. So maybe they throw Chandler in there with Islam. In the meantime, they get all this stuff sorted out with Conor. Fiziev lost to Gaethje. Gamrot lost to Dariush. There is Arman Tsarukyan, but he's number 8 and he's so young. He does have history with Islam, so that's a potential one they can go to if they can't go to anyone else. And those seem to be the only options. Either Oliveira gets ready for October, then we got the winner of Dustin and Justin, then we got Volkanovski, then we potentially have Chandler, and maybe have Tsarukyan. Those guys seem to be the next potential matchups for Islam Makhachev for October in Abu Dhabi. The biggest money fight is Charles. The second biggest money fight is probably Dustin. Then it might be Volkanovski or Justin Gaethje. I think they're around a similar star power. Then I would say Chandler, then Tsarukyan. Money-wise, that's probably the priority list for Islam Makhachev. Now I'm very curious to see what happens in the Dustin and Justin fight and who is willing to step up for a rather short training camp to fight Islam Makhachev.